DCA adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Yo, Crypto Nation. What's going on? It's another FA Friday with your homeboys over here. Yo, we got that one guy, Oz. Yo, he actually made it here. We got Crypto Macau. We got Gundy down there. And we got Chris. Yo. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody had a great week. And hopefully you guys got some cool stuff planned before winter really hits. So enjoy the nice weekends while we got them. Yo, because it's almost the end of the year, guys.
It's
I mean, this month is almost done, dude.
I mean, it's almost Halloween.
I know.
Spooky season.
I know.
No.
Hey, simmer down.
I've been trying to find
What are
myself
you going
like
to be for this Halloween?
I'm going to be out freaking standing.
I'm going to be hodling Bitcoin.
How much did that costume cost you?
It's free. You just go naked.
Yeah, I'm gonna represent America, and I'm just gonna be broke.
Bunny,
you're giving all your money away?
Gundy, that's the wrong costume. That's the costume of Adam. Oh.
Who?
You
What?
just need Eve.
Yeah, that's the worst joke ever, man. My mom really hated it too. Man.
I don't know, whatever he said, but I'm sure it was
Hey,
terrible.
man,
Your sister Eve.
Hey man, as long as it doesn't
The
involve
silence was deafening.
as long as it doesn't involve bath salts, we're doing good.
But what if I
Or
want
bath
to?
Oh,
water.
Bedell's right. Crypto Bedell's right. He said that
It better involve bathwater.
next Sunday, the 29th, is our Patreon.
Heck yeah!
Oh, yeah.
So many
Freaking
Patreons.
standing.
So little time.
So much fun. So
Well,
much
how
fun.
about them those little mini pumps going on, guys? Did your shit coins get bigger? A couple of mine.
I don't know.
Did
I've
you
been
roll
mining.
with the
My
Bitcoin?
shitcoin bags always be getting bigger.
Oh yeah.
I've been
just
mining a lot of that Bizity Bitcoin.
Straight
and
Bizity
This
Bitty.
pump has been great for mining Bitcoin.
Yeah, I've been mining Bitcoin for like a couple months now. and
I think
This pump was
nice.
I think we're in for a hell of a ride for the next halvening.
Do you think we'll
Because
get
I've been
a
using unmineable
triple
for my
top
GPUs.
Do you think we'll get a triple top before the
I think-
before the happening?
I think this Christmas is gonna be another like kind of crypto like pump like it always is usually, you know. And then
Oh
you know,
man, the last
right-
few man,
right
it
before
like
New
dumps
Year's.
hard.
well, yeah, after New Year's everyone dumps, or before New Year's everyone dumps. You know, 'cause
Oh
they
yeah,
want-
so Christmas
one.
sucks, except for
before-
hodlers.
leading up to Christmas usually is good though.
And then after Christmas, and then you're like, woohoo, game on, party on, Garth.
As soon as the new fiscal year comes
Party on,
it's like,
Wayne.
let's go do it now. Do it now.
Fixed it.
Yeah, I mean, I bought my first BTC in 2014, so it's been a few years.
Just a
Heck
couple.
yeah.
One or two,
Just a couple.
but who's
Just a
counting amongst
few,
friends?
bumps and dumps and
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, you either know or you don't.
Right?
Some people just don't.
You don't know.
Who's counting
You
block
know.
heights? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, who's literally decoding the blockchain to watch their transactions? Who does that?
Very
Nerds.
few-
We all
Very
we all
few
don't do
people,
that.
actually. Very few
crap.
people watch their own
I know.
transactions.
I know.
It's kind of
but
sad.
when we
I wish
first
there was
started,
an
though,
app
bro,
that
it
would
was so new.
would make it a lot easier.
Like I have a feeling like all the new crypto people coming in now aren't just gonna like they're pushing it more of like a finance thing now instead of like this cool like internet money. Like, you know, back in the day,
Well,
you used to,
you're going to
wow, I
have the
wanna figure out how it
maturing of a
works, and, like,
market.
what's going on?
Right now,
Yeah.
I see a huge thing of like people are using it as a tool to hedge against inflation.
Oh,
and
that's a
people are
big one.
over
And to
leveraging
hedge against the
themselves.
banks that are shutting down.
You know, a lot of them are using still using DeFi protocols, right, to hedge against inflation, which is like an interesting way to go about it. You know, it's still pretty risky.
Right. Well, if you didn't you
even
know if you
with,
add high risk plus
Uniswap
high
is
risk, it
actually
equals no
asking-
risk.
Yeah. It cancels
I
out.
don't know
It
about
cancels out.
Right.
I know Uniswap is now going to be asking for KYC.
Oh no,
Oh.
really?
Dude, I've seen
Yeah.
the advertisements
Ooh.
for the new Lobster wallet for everywhere.
Lobster wallet.
Supposedly
lobster.
lobster wallet's supposed
Rock
to be
lobster.
already part of
Lobster.
the quantum financial system coming up. So not financial advice, but that's what I heard.
It's the birds
Do
work.
your own research.
Oh, and also too, I know people like to sit in stable coins while the market is doing weird things, and if fiat goes to hell, the stable coins will go with it. Trust me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's tied to the dollar and the dollar goes to shit.
Oh yeah, well, you know,
The
a lot of
dollar's already
people,
lost
especially
99%
traders and
of its
stuff,
value.
You know, they like to put it in,
Right.
I mean,
on the market.
they won't tell you that.
They put it in a stable coin.
Yeah, kinda
Crypto Bedell,
fascinating.
he said he's laughing at all these new YouTubers trying to jump on the YouTube bandwagon. No. I don't know. I haven't seen too many new ones. We should do like a
Huh.
a YouTube crypto noober review.
I love that Bedell.
Find the greenest people out there.
Who else is it? And Bedell and Tech Man just pulls no,
No
punches.
filter.
Just
No
just
filter.
says it blunt.
By the way, I love the background. Huh? It's a good.
What?
Yeah, that background's pretty sweet.
Oh, it sure is.
It is. I knew a guy that
America.
did cool things like that.
Fuck yeah.
Right. Hashtag get Aussie.
I mean,
I heard it's getting cold
Hashtag-
out there. You know what I mean?
well, I heard there's one on the way.
Oh.
DogeLord coffee comes back.
Well, you know, we just have to twist Chris's arm and throw him a couple C notes, and he'll keep it open for a month or so. Be like, you'll do this
Hey,
for us.
Hey, dude,
It's
what's
all
the
ready. It's
password?
just sitting there in the dark right now, being ready.
Password.
Yeah.
F A. No? Out
So
freaking standing.
so freaking secure.
Yeah. Secure.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
Nobody would
Yes,
ever guess my password.
It is
It's DogeLord.
password.
Zabadoo Ishkabibble.
Yeah.
No,
How do you
that's
spell
too many
that?
characters, Gundy.
It's QWERTY ASDF.
Oh, well, there goes 90% of mine.
How'd you know?
You'd be surprised how many developers are just lazy. They'll just drag their finger across the keyboard. Like, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
password.
Now it's supposed to work.
Hell yeah, man. You don't even know what it is. It's just a, you know. But then
You just
again,
always
Google it
love,
and then you copy and paste whatever Google says.
yeah, yeah. And then you put
I
it in your
just hit
email.
the
mean,
caps
you
lock
can
button,
always-
slap my hand
text
on the
messages.
keyboards, the caps lock
Just
again,
Google
slap my
search
hand
most
somewhere
used
else,
passwords.
and there you go.
Yeah, God.
Most common passwords.
Yeah,
Uh,
those are the safest.
yeah, you know. And if when in
His
doubt,
password is password.
when in doubt, just use the same login and password.
That's it for all of them.
No one
yeah.
will ever get it because who's stupid enough to do that? Let's face it. Now they're not using the brain power anymore. They're using computer power on that. And if you don't have a decent enough, long enough password, they'll get that shit pretty quick.
Yeah, it doesn't
Pretty
take long.
quick. Those password crackers are getting better and better every time we up the chips and everything.
You
Yeah.
can use that one, Oz. That one's
It's
pretty.
almost worth
Password
it to
one.
use those
Score.
randomized passwords.
I don't
That
know.
mean not a damn
Jamil,
thing.
man, get out of here with your bar.
Oh, I
Chat
like
go
that one
hardcore
too,
black and
man.
Chat.
It's subdued.
I've always been skeptical about that Chat GPT and all that AI crap, man. We need to stop feeding the beast, is what I think. But that's just me.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, welcome,
that's a good
Jamil
one.
Brown.
I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I want my kids not to be governed by machines. They'll be spanking.
You know, when my
Right,
kids
right,
grew
right.
up,
By
we actually
machines or
chose
by
the house
tyrants,
that we
either
lived
way.
in. We chose the house we lived in because it had a backyard and a tree that they could climb. They weren't at a
Yeah.
climbing age yet, but I got them climbing trees when they were younger.
Oh yeah. How much,
Sorry,
Jamil? How
The
you
only
been,
reason
man?
we chose that house.
Yes, Skynet. we build Skynet at work every day. You guys didn't know?
Yeah.
Every day.
Deploy AI machines. Go.
Yeah. Chat GPT's helping them.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
But you ain't kidding. I use it rapid EPR for like our evaluations at work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just throw something in there and it throws something back a whole lot better. And I'm like, say less.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Well, I mean, you know, they have Grammarly and stuff like that that helps. Like you sound more smarter than you are. So, you know, I could see using maybe one of those services. I'm sure it's run off of a different AI. You know, just everything is.
Yeah.
You know, some of these AI market watching robots are getting really fucking good though. People making decent amount of gains. Like, you know, some people are advertising they make like 60 to 70% in the positives as far as trades go with AIs.
Sounds great.
It's like that shit is going to crash markets. It'll make it for the normal investor impossible, like to snipe in and get like price targets because the market will just be flooded constantly.
Oof.
We'll see though, man. Crazy times ahead with the financials for sure.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you got yourself some gold and silver at home too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not financial advice.
Right. I saw something earlier
It's-
today
it's
where they were talking about the price
decent
of gold
advice.
was manipulated so hard that physical
Yeah.
gold, having physical gold, would be
Dude.
like $10,000
Like
per
silver.
ounce.
They have shorted the silver
When
market
thing-
into
when things
oblivion, dude. Literally.
crash.
Yeah.
Like
Market's pretty-
everything's
Gold
rough.
stock, absolute shit. Physical gold, totally better.
Yeah.
Not financial advice.
You know, the digital gold that's closest to that busy bit, you know. So,
You know?
but you know, we're all speculative marketers at this point. If you have any kind of crypto, that more than 5% of your assets, they still all the financial guys still saying 5%. I don't know. I haven't been to any one, so my
Oh, I have
portfolio is
no
not big
idea.
enough to need any help.
I know, right? I need someone to help me manage everything.
Yeah,
All my assets, I can't keep track of it
Yeah,
all.
all $3 of it.
I have 213 satoshis. I need your help managing my funds, please.
Right.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. So
Get a CEO of FTX and more Bitcoin. Okay.
no, those freaking
Jim
turds, man.
Brown.
Keep
Yeah,
yourself
don't
off
give
the
the CEO
exchanges.
of FTX any more Bitcoin.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
I pity the fool.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's out freaking standing.
So we were talking about earlier about all these new YouTubers that are popping up. What do you think? We should just do a Friday night troll?
Oh yeah, we'll just hose them
Just-
like on random. Well, we gotta search for some. We gotta like that's what should we do for next Friday. We'll go out and we'll search for like some random YouTubers and
Here's an
Watch 'em
idea.
on
Why
stream.
don't you guys drop some YouTubers
yeah, if you know any new ones.
in the chat? If you know some brand new YouTubers, drop them in the chat. And then we can come back to it and we can troll them next week.
Trick or treat.
I mean, we're not gonna be mean about it or anything, but you know.
No, we're not going to be mean, but yeah, we can.
That takes all the
I'm
fun out of it.
I'm gonna stay out of this.
No malice attempt here.
No,
Well,
Yeah.
it's just-
we're not
Huh.
trying to get permanently banned off of YouTube.
it's so sad.
I mean, we are kind of.
No. I mean, other than our normal way of doing it, we're not going to do anything that's against the community guidelines. But
Yeah.
we could talk about conspiracy theories all we want until they shut us down.
Well, I at this point, I don't think they care. Like, it's not like we're pulling any ad revenue or like have a giant
No,
huge
no,
200,000 plus following or anything.
oh no, they've already shadow
Like,
banned
oh,
us.
these guys, they're still here. Jesus. It's the order.
I
Just
guess
as long as
we'll
they don't
let 'em
get so big.
stay. They start
The
getting
only way
more
we grow is
subscribers,
word of
though.
mouth. That's it.
Yeah.
The best kept secret on the crypto YouTube, you know.
Oh, did you
Dude,
guys
yes.
hear the next stupid thing that New York is doing?
Oh, geez.
What
No.
are they doing this
Do we
time?
need
So they're now wanting to make everybody get permits and have to register their 3D printers.
What?
Yep.
Shut the fuck up. Are you
Way.
kidding?
Oh yeah, because they don't want
Talk about
3D printed
overreach.
ghost guns.
Dude, we might
Yep.
as well be in freaking Germany in World War II right now. Like, the fuck?
It's going to be one of those things where you have to have a license to have a 3D printer. Right now in California and in New York and a few other
That's
places,
the
you actually
American
have to
way,
have
man.
a
That's how they
food
can tax you
handler's
every step
license
of the way.
for your kids to actually have a lemonade stand.
You know, a license for this, a license for that, a license for this, a license for that. And they all come with their own separate fees that are due every couple of years. But, you know, and if you don't have these, you're in big trouble, mister.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
I'm about done with this tax on tax on tax, certificate on certificate on certificate bullshit.
Well, by the time you're getting done paying your income tax and then let's just rewind this here. You're getting fined for being productive. You're being fined whenever you take your productivity and utilize it.
Yep.
You get fined when you save your productivity.
Yep.
And anything that you invest your productivity in also gets fined when you first purchase it, and then of course when you redeem it with all the extra that it comes with. And if it's too soon, you get penalized at a higher rate than if it's long term.
See, the problem isn't how much taxes they take out. The problem is the amount of taxes we pay every step of the way.
Right.
Like by the
And
time
if
this
you
money
really-
is like actually
It's like you earn the money, it's
we're
taxed.
over
You
50%
spend the
tax.
money, it's
Right, I was about to
taxed.
say, I'm like,
Anything
by the
gets
time
taxed.
you're said and done, you're almost averaging about 75%
Half
tax.
of your money you give to the man. Like,
No
Yeah.
more. It's like
Really?
depending on where you're at, you can be taxed anywhere between
conservatively
about
speaking.
60 to 75% tax.
Yeah. Crumbs, baby. You get your crumbs. Your precious
And-
time away from
And
your
it's like
family.
if slavery is the
Crumbs.
100% taxation of your productivity, what's the percentage that it's not considered slavery?
Hit one.
So if you really think about it, if any kind of taxation on your productivity is
It's changed
slavery,
from 85,
then
80% lowers to 75%.
all we are free range slaves.
That's right.
much.
The jail is so big.
And we
don't see the
we
walls.
produce little nuggets of cash for them
Little nuggets
that
Oh,
they still like.
Get the dust at the bottom of the pinch tray. Shit's
No,
terrible.
that's what we're given. We're given the dust at the bottom of the food tray. They take all the rest.
I know what you're
Well,
talking about.
let's
We're
not
getting
forget,
the-
let's not
we're-
forget.
We're getting the crumbs of the crumbs, bro.
Let's not forget, okay, if you have check it out. Certificate of live birth. Your name is spelled with capital and lowercase letters. Birth certificate, all capital letters. Social Security, all capital letters. They're
Yes.
taxing the all capital letter entity. And there's no law saying that
And
you
if
actually
you
have to pay
research your
taxes.
CUSIP number that's in red on the back.
No,
you
actually, the
find
tax
out
laws
everybody
state that
trades
it's
on stock.
voluntary, but I don't know how to get around it.
I don't know how to get around.
Yeah, no, it's
It's pay to play, yeah.
there is ways. I've
Fast.
seen people online to do it. It's the long, lengthy done process, and it's really hard to do and takes years.
Hard to do, and they will put you through the ringer
There
and
you go.
threaten you with jail, maybe
You
even
better
serve you
study
with
up
jail
your
time.
fucking contract law and all that good shit.
Living the FA life, they're Crypto Patel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Your money gets paid tax when
I-
you get it. It gets taxed when you spend it. It gets taxed from the guy when he puts it in his bank. It gets taxed
Revel.
from there after he takes it out to spend it on, supplies for his business. which is richer
Yeah,
tax.
okay.
Well, if you really think, it's more. It's like you get taxed when you earn it. If you
Tax
if
when
you
you burn
put
it.
it in your bank account, the government does its silent tax of money printing on you. Then
Yeah.
you
That's
have
where
the
never
banks
do
are
like a
using it.
background check to get a 3D printer. Like, could you imagine that?
oh my god, yeah, that'd be
Like,
so ridiculous.
That'd be so wild to like go to
What I
like
don't get-
Micro Center and like I want to buy an Ender 3 and they're like,
And you have to
okay,
you
let's
have
run
to have
background check on you.
a 3D
Let's go ahead
printer
and stock
permit.
up now. Gonna sell some.
What I don't get-
Such a
3D printers
wild
under the
thought
table.
to think
Hold-
about.
So check this out. Jamil Brown just dropped a little nugget.
Oh yeah.
Do your own research to see if it's true. But he said, "Did you know that you don't have to pay traffic tickets? When a police officer initially signs the ticket, you sign as a co-signer in commerce to have the officer pay
Yeah.
the ticket. You send it back to the state official senate to the official senator, then have the attorney general have the police officer pay your ticket."
Yeah. I mean,
God,
there's lots of ways to
I
get
wish it
around
was like that.
I mean, it is. You have to really know the law because they will come for
You
you.
gotta
and
like
start doing
fight
this
it.
bullshit.
You can't back down either.
They will come for you in force and try to threaten you with lots of things. But you know,
Oh yeah, even when you're in court, they'll threaten
and it
you.
all depends too because each state is different with this kind of thing. So, you know, don't listen to any one person. Like if you're gonna even try this, do your own research, motherfuckers. You could end up fucking yourself
Don't
worse
do
than
what
Yeah,
I
it's worth, you know,
do.
so
Yeah, and
I
there was
don't
a
advise
specific-
anyone to go down this road unless you're extremely
Yeah.
smart and know a lot about law and contracts.
Well, it takes a lot. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. It's not just I can say this and then I'm good to go.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Yeah,
work
you
that
really
way.
gotta go
They'll put you
dig
through the
deep.
ringer.
Yeah.
You'll be in worse trouble than you start
If
with.
you don't have all of the proper
What's up,
documents
Lion Brand?
filed correctly
What up, bro?
to free yourself from the system, they will find out and then get
Yeah.
you for it.
Yeah. So, you know,
Fly
They
Brian
own you.
spelled the right way.
well, you know, if you're a kid, you don't have, you know, all you have is debt, you know, you don't own anything. What are they going to come for? Come at me, bro. You know, some of us have families we gotta, you know.
It's
take
not
care of.
illegal to have debt.
I mean, it's a debt-based system. You have to have debt to survive, to thrive, essentially.
Did you know that it is illegal to be broke though?
Yeah, oh, of course. That's when you get. I mean, isn't it funny? Like
It's
like,
illegal to be homeless. I thought
And-
that was the funniest one.
You can't not have a residence, bro. That's against.
So they
the-
give you a jail residence and then it's
Yeah.
solved.
3 hots and a cot. Let's go.
And they put you back to work.
Yep.
I mean, you know, for some people that might be better than reality situation.
Might be.
You know, it's sad but true, guys. You know, some people live in crazy times we live in.
And Jamel's like, yeah, because they don't pay taxes. Yep.
Yeah.
Broke people can't pay taxes.
Lock 'em
Go
up,
to jail.
lock 'em up,
The IRS mafia owns the homeless. Yes.
The biggest drug dealers in the U.S.
It's their
and
special
now
task
armed
force.
with pew pews.
Dude, I saw a
all
hilarious
speculation,
video today. So somebody from the ATF, you know, came up to somebody's residence and said, "Hey, you know, we're from the ATF. We
Never good.
wanted to
Go and
verify
don't
that you still own these guns." And he said, "Oh, sure, no problem." He went back
sure.
inside, closed the door, called the cops, and said, "Hey, there's somebody outside impersonating law enforcement, and they're wanting to see my guns." And the cops showed up and arrested the ATF.
I think I saw that one. That was an oldie, I think. Maybe not old, but like a month or so.
So-
ago, right?
Fun fact for anybody, and I mean anyone, being that has either the FDA coming onto your property because either you're basically you're a homesteader, you have livestock and stuff like that on your property, or the ATF comes stepping on your property and knocks on the door. Because they can't really, they're an agency, they're not really law enforcement. So if they're there to question you. So you really want to piss them off? Be like, since
tell them you don't
you just
answer any
open up the
questions.
door and they ask you if they can, they'll ask you if they can ask you some questions. And you'd be like, yes, no problem. Since you know exactly where I live, please submit it to me in writing and mail it to my house. And do not go any further.
Yeah.
They have to give you it written.
Yeah, I know.
There's no
I love
exactly,
that.
Jamal. There's no warrants. Like, get off. You're on private property.
Yeah.
If you got some questions, send it to me in the mail.
I've also seen a couple clips where guys were showing up to someone's house. Who
I promise
bought a
I
bunch
won't
of-
answer.
Bought a bunch of,
Right.
pew-pews and ammo and stuff. And they're like, oh, we just want to make sure you still have those things on your premises. And he's like, what?
Hey, now
Right,
business.
plead the fifth.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's like a
No.
small video of like this lawyer, and it's like shut the fuck up Friday or shut the fuck up Tuesday or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
They're like real
And
big
it's like,
headliners.
if the cops ask you something, what do you
Get the
do?
fuck out.
You shut the fuck up. And
Hey,
they were
I
talking
smell
about
marijuana.
like
oh, you just shut the
people
fuck
getting
up.
caught inside of a dispensary that was getting busted. And it'd be like, you don't say anything. You shut the fuck up.
Well, some people forget the Fourth and
Yo,
Fifth and
Tech
First
Man,
Amendments,
he's
you
in
know.
the house.
First Amendment, Second Amendment,
Yo.
Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. They're all great, but those are like my top four. You
Audit the audit.
know? Audit the audit. Yeah, man.
Tech Man says it's Friday. Crack open a cold one. Already done, bro.
Yeah.
Right, already done. We're good, go. We're golden.
I'm showing my
By the way,
drink,
it's
but
time
you
for an
can't see it.
announcement.
I drank my
I was
last
gonna
one.
say we need a effing announcement.
It's time for an announcement, guys.
Do it,
Are we
Daddy.
ready for an announcement? I
Keep
need
your
some
mouth
FAs
shut.
in the
Loose
chat.
lips sink ships. That is a fact.
FA to get your FA Friday. Oh yeah.
You want people to trust you? You shut the fuck up.
You wanna knock your bitch? You gotta shut the fuck up.
Right?
Ooh, look at that sea of FAs. Ladies and gentlemen, DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Oh
Oh. Oh, man.
Love it.
It's very nice, ladies and germs.
It's very nice.
Very
It's very nice
nice.
indeed.
Very nice.
So clearly we can see that the audience still wants the FA announcement.
Yeah,
Unless
no
last
shit.
last week we only had like a couple people here because when we ran too long.
Talking about cars.
Running and
running and running.
Mm.
And running.
And running.
So Nem, what's
Rhythm.
Running,
I heard you are Fiat jobless again.
No, not yet, not yet.
Oh,
So I'm still looking
Did you
for
put
another.
a 2 weeks notice in, right?
I did, and it preempted corporate to change their mindset on something.
don't you love it when a good plan?
Is
Do
it like-
tell. Share.
Just like, I mean, literally the same day that they were
Ladies
like,
and gentlemen,
oh,
it's time for share and tell.
Yeah.
right. I won't say the company. I won't do that.
Yeah, come on.
No,
But
I mean, we don't need specifics, you know.
right, but basically they were going to implement if the customer doesn't pay them, that they weren't going to pay out on the job to the technician.
Yeah, I don't care. If the
So
car
if
sits-
the car sits out there for a month, what, we don't get paid?
yeah,
Oh, no,
man.
I've never, over 20 years, never gotten paid like that.
No.
So I find that I get word wind
That's
about
the
this,
least
and I was like, all right, cool. So I get a hold of the wife, and I'm like, before I do something, I'll let you know. What do you think?
No surprises.
I let her know, and she's like, wow. She's like, do what you need to do. I'm like, okay, came walking back in. I'm like, 2 weeks notice in now.
Yeah. That's how
And
you got yourself a good one.
so corporate come out.
They asked you why.
So corporate comes out, that the following week, like Tuesday. So beginning of the week. So this last Tuesday, they were out, and at this point, I know one of the managers walked up to both of the corporate people and said as soon as he found out about this, he put his 2-week notice in immediately. I didn't even wait for a rebuttal. I'm like, either this meeting's gonna go exactly how I want it to go, or my 2-week notice stands.
I mean, that a good technician can do that, especially these days, because nobody wants to fucking work anymore, and they just keep
right. I'm like,
a good mechanic,
a good master tech that knows how to sit there and do the work.
Give me any car out there, I'll fix it.
Right, right. I mean, I might grumble, bitch, and moan about it on certain ones.
Yeah,
but yeah. And then some of them I don't have all the
Nobody likes
tools
working
for.
on BMWs.
Santa Fe.
And I don't mind the Santa Fe's, actually.
Those double clutches are terrible, man.
You see, you got to know how to work on clutch systems. You have to appreciate the manual transmission.
Oh, no,
I like what Techman says in the chat.
Oh,
right there.
yeah,
he says,
yeah,
you aren't
yeah.
a contractor.
It's
illegal to belay your payment as an employee after work is rendered.
Yeah, I mean, technically, but that's when you go to certain establishments, especially ones where you work on commission, like this stuff happens all the time, and it's not, unless you're going over there with the law books, like they usually get away with this stuff, and it's sad, but like it's a true story.
So I basically I called their bluff basically, and they were in the first words out of the upper management's mouth. Yeah. Was I'd like to squash this rumor.
Oh,
so
please,
let me just
squash away, sir.
Right, he's like, you will get paid, and I looked right at him. I'm like, just like you. If you put in hours worth of work, you expect to get paid that next paycheck for that hour's worth of work.
That's right.
And he's like, he looked at me, he shook his head, yeah, because he knew that I was the one that put my 2-week notice in immediately. Yeah. I'm like, I can go to any mom and pop mechanic shop out here and go, hey, look, I've got 20 years worth of experience.
They will pay to
Can you afford me? I mean, that's all I got to do is be like, can you afford me?
Yeah, exactly.
I got 20 years experience.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, they'll send a tow truck to come get your toolbox right away too.
Oh yeah.
They're like, you know how to do what? You actually know how to come get it. You can read.
You know how to do. You know how to diagnose a module. Yeah. What? You don't know? You're not gonna just send it to the dealership because you can pinpoint diagnose something? Holy cow!
People always give.
Who knew how to do that?
People always give grease monkeys a bad name, man, and I get it. Like a lot of them are shady and talentless retards, but a lot of good ones out there. The ones that are fixing your fucking Mercedes and Porsche and BMW. Like we actually have to know stuff.
I mean, there are times where you come into situations like I had where I had no activation of my my shift interlock so that you can get it out from park and go into reverse neutral drive. Usually activated when you hit the brake pedal when the vehicle started or in the accessory on position. It was a Dodge Grand Caravan. I was getting no activation. So I go down into the shifter. I power probe the shift interlock and nothing. So I'm like, okay, it needs a new shifter. I didn't even check the signal wire on this thing. So
5-volt reference.
Right, I didn't even check signal on this. I just power to the shift interlock. It did nothing. I replace. That's step one.
That's right.
We're gonna go with the easy thing, which I had to take apart the whole center console to go after this thing. Whatever.
Power probes are the shit, man. 12-volt power probes.
Oh, I love it. I love my tools.
Supply all that voltage, and be like, oh, that's dead as fuck.
Hell yeah. So I get it in there. I go to hit the brake pedal, and now I've got no brake lights and no fucking shift interlock still. I'm like, great, the fucking problem's getting worse.
Yeah.
Isn't bright.
A lot of times I've seen
So-
brake pedal sensors.
So that was the next step. I was like, okay, let's check my sensor sweep. So I get my multimeter out. Let's get my snap-on multimeter in there.
Ooh.
I got the good stuff.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
that costs a lot for a sticker.
Yeah, I did.
Snap-on.
So I get this in there, and I'm like, I'm checking it, and I'm, and I know the switch is going to be analog. So I check it. Switch is fine. I see nothing wrong with the switch. So now I'm like, great. Now I got to figure out which wiring is which at the ABS. Like, I'm like, where does this go next? I'm like,
Which
this is
junction
not like a
box?
I'm used to GM stuff. I mean, GM
Yeah,
is
that-
really rudimentary.
It's pretty
like-
plain Jane, yeah.
Very, very plain Jane. I mean, like, the
Everything's really
computer
accessible.
barely understands that you hit the brake pedal.
It's like, oh, that was a brake.
Got you, man. We're going into drive. But, so this thing's going into the ABS module. I'm like, why the hell is the ABS module controlling the brake lights and the shift interlock? Whatever. So I pull out the wiring. I'm pinpointing it at each side, making sure that I got no breaks in the wiring. Wiring's good. I'm like, gotta be there. I'm now pulling all my ohms going through the wiring to the module, ohming it out. And it's like passing, but it's like something's just weird about it. It's like passing, but it's on the low side of the spectrum.
Bad
And I'm
connect.
like, it's got to be the module. I'm like, it's got to be that. So
Yeah.
I pulled the trigger. I'm like, it's the
Yeah.
ABS unit. I'm like, give me the ABS module. The module's got to be the issue. Put the module in. It's got an internal brake pressure switch in there because of the ABS system on there.
Mm.
And I now just lost communication after going back together. Without the pressure switch
stacking
building,
problems?
without the pressure switch in there, there's no way to relearn it. If there's no way to relearn it,
What?
it still won't have brake lights and still won't have shift interlock.
That's weird, right?
I'm like, oh my god, fuck Dodge, dude.
Yeah.
So that car, that vehicle's just been sitting there because like.
Yeah. You just don't
Because
wanna
like
look at it.
the succession of how I had to do this, it was, and the way that I'm going to think about it is that the shift interlock probably short circuited, back fed into the fucking ABS module.
blew yeah. it
blew
basically
a
hit at the
circuit
end
out
and
in
blew
there when it
everything back on the
shorted.
way out. Yeah.
And I'm on the back side of it going, okay, this is the root cause. This is what it took out on the backside. Oops, we have one other issue that went along with it. And then I'm talking with this Dodge guy, this freaking Polish guy that was like trying to come out there to reprogram it. And he's like, oh yeah, you should have replaced the ABS unit with it. And I'm like, I had no idea. He's like, yeah, this is actually kind of common that you'll lose the pressure switch after replacing the module. I'm like, wow, if you don't know this, sucks to be
mean,
you.
I mean, there is a benefit to working on one brand of cars because you
All
do
the
learn-
time, yeah.
it's like you do learn all these weird little like idiosyncrasies, but like if you're not working at a deal like that, it's really hard to like just come up with that kind of stuff. Like it takes a lot of digging, a lot of diag time. I always, stuff like electrical stuff like that. I always try to get an hour or two labor up front because I'm gonna have to dig in this thing for a bit. Without electrical wiring diagrams and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
That-
it only makes sense.
by far the German cars.
You're
are the
practically doing surgery.
worst.
You-
When it comes
you're
to
not just
modules
some-
failing.
The truth of the matter is, mechanics aren't just dumb rednecks that can turn a wrench because they don't know what else they can do in life.
Oh
No.
yeah.
They're
And
doing
it's-
mechanical surgery.
Right. And it's like,
You know.
I don't work on just one kind of car. It's like
Everything.
I'm Dodge,
From Volvo
Porsche,
to Fiat,
Audi, Mercedes, Volkswagen. If it rolls in through the shop, I've got to be able to work on it.
If it
And
got four
out
wheels
of
and a
all the
stereo,
years,
got you.
and it's like, and I see that, Jamel, that you look like you might be a Dodge fan, going, the computers are not whacking
Fanboy.
Dodge.
Fanboy.
I'm not going to say fanboy, but I'm going to be like, you probably like Dodge vehicles, which is fine.
Dirge.
You have to come to grips
Scat
to
pack.
know
Oh,
that
scat,
Dodge uses inferior sensors and they're everything that's electrical in the vehicle is second rate compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
I see more sensor failures and more module failures in Dodges in my 20 years of experience.
Anything made out of
I'm not
American
saying that GM is privy to not have computer failures, or Ford's not have, doesn't have computer failures. Audi,
Everybody
BMW is the most expensive for computer failures out there. You would think Lamborghini was bad.
No, BMW is actually
the worst.
The number one overall cost of ownership is the highest on BMWs.
Yeah.
It beats everybody out by a long shot. You'll pay more to keep that car on the road than it's worth,
unhappy about
like 3 times over.
I will never own a BMW.
Yeah.
You know what it stands
Saying
for,
that right now.
BMW?
I said I will never own a BMW.
Break my wallet.
Yeah.
Bring money with you.
Yeah, no kidding.
They told me to lease one instead of owning one. It's the better way.
Leasing's a scam anyway. This is how they sit there and they get you and a few other people to rent that car.
And they pretty much sold it 3 times by the time you guys are
Right.
done
Oh my God.
paying. I know how to fix a Dodge. You just get a really big hammer and you beat it till it starts working or dies.
Whoa. We all that bad on Dodge. Man.
Actually, that was my
Look,
Chrysler.
knock
I
on
think Oz
wood.
was offended by that comment.
I mean, look, we're not offended. I mean,
You see-
I got thick skin.
I used to
If you
like
buy new,
the
it's a
Dodge
different
brand
story.
up until Dodge destroyed their diesel. Like they destroyed Cummins
Oh yeah.
with subpar electronics on the motor. And Allison refuses to work with Dodge anymore because of their sensors destroying their transmissions, and they were warrantying out good transmissions that decided to have a heart attack because the main wiring circuit let loose inside the valve body and decided to lock up things that should never have been locked up.
Hot.
I mean,
So
I can't say nothing bad about Ram. Like, I've had a Ram 1500 past 2 vehicles.
Well, yeah, it's
And
like saying Ford sucks.
no
An
issues.
F-150 is a decent truck, but like Ford as
Yeah.
a brand is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I mean,
the-
the trucks
When
I've
you were a
had.
new car, read the car and driver reviews.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jamal,
they tell
the
you what
the
issues
newer
that they're gonna
Corvette.
have.
I would not buy the new Corvette right now.
No.
I don't want to buy
Because
nothing new.
they are
You're right,
they're plagued with a bunch of issues, all of them.
Yeah. Moco parts, man, down in Mexico.
Yeah,
they're-
like, well, they're like here's
Well,
one that
let's
they're
also not
this is
forget,
the reason
when
why
a
their
brand new
granddaddy
engine
Corvette
comes out,
had.
you need to let it test.
Well, no,
let 'em
you
fix it.
got the granddaddy Corvette that has been.
They got to work at the
People-
bugs out.
No, people have been waiting for their big bad boy Corvette to come out, which is going to have like over 1,000 fucking horsepower. No,
Yeah.
this thing ain't coming out because why? They keep cracking the frame and popping the black glass out. They can't keep that car to fucking together right now. That thing is the twisting force when that thing hooks up. It just
The back
breaks
glass in those-
it blows
in
out
those
the
cars
back
is
glass
big,
and
man.
cracks the frame in the same spot. They've put gussets onto it. They're now looking at redesigning the frame just for their big bad boy.
Well, you'd have to get something that
doesn't
flexes
surprise
in
me
the
at
right
all.
spots. You're gonna have to get something that like torsion bars or something like that just flex in the right spot.
Oh man, they're like so with all this extra horsepower on there, and they're getting unexpected also like wheel hop on them, and the computer
course.
can't fucking compensate quick enough, and it's like blowing apart parts in the fucking motors. Like I've just seen some of like the horror stories on some on the C8s, dude. It's like,
Well, the manufacturing takes a cut, and they just have to like save money. Like the consumer pays for that big time. Like, you know.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, the smart thing for Corvette to do would be to partner with Toyota to say, "Hey, fix our engine,"
like they did to the Z4.
No,
and
it's because you've got such on a mid-engine car, your transmission input so close to the engine that if it hooks up with the body weight transferring and breaks loose and it fucking tire hops, like think of it this way: every time the tire comes off the ground, it spools up, right? And then it hits the ground again. Yeah. And for 0.2 of a second, that tire comes to a complete stop.
Yeah.
And that power's got to go through the whole drivetrain.
The whole entire thing.
And the problem that they're having is that
I still say they could use some Toyota engineering, even for the body.
Yeah.
They can't. They're having a problem with trying to get the computer to respond to that to a wheel hop fast enough. So they're having it, and that's not an issue that's widespread. That is people taking them to the drag strip and having problems with them. So it's hard to say if that's because of a prepped track and the tires on there kind of gripping and slipping on that kind of a surface. It's a little bit more violent.
When you,
I know that Corvettes, the C5 and the C6s. You would snap transmission housings in half if you were drag stripping them.
Wow, crazy! With what the LSD would just link up and shatter everything inside there.
Oh yeah. And then they've had some of them they've had some issues with some of the electricals on there, but again, this is a new platform for them, so. I can see them because they're trying to compete with Ferrari with this one. I mean, this is a direct competitor to Ferrari.
Don't get me wrong. They look sweet as hell, man.
Oh, yeah, they do. And they make all the right noises. Oh,
they look hot. Not going to lie.
Oh, they're sexy as hell and more
what
affordable.
I would like to hear
Corvette over a Lamborghini.
Piece of crap.
You want to know what I would like to hear? And this is just me. Why does everybody love a Ferrari? It's not because of the dual exhaust they're using. It's whenever they take them to the racetrack and when they racetrack them and they put the 8-to-1 collector on there, where all 8 cylinders are going into one collector, and it makes a certain noise that checks all the fucking boxes, man. It has that high signature note that only an 8-to-1 collector has.
What's the compression on that for 8-to-1?
If you're doing an 8-to-1 collector, it's like if you're going down to it depends on your cylinder bore, your cylinder head, exhaust output diameter, and then how big of a collector you're putting into, which will add back pressure.
Yeah.
All right. So Jamil Brown, real quick, an answer to your question. He says, now, if you had to go between a McLaren 570S or a Lamborghini Huracan, which one? Personally, Lamborghini, because McLaren, they fall apart.
They do, man.
So when
they're dialed in, they're awesome, but they fall apart very quickly. They're very finicky.
Well,
you can't drive it without something breaking.
Yeah, essentially.
Lamborghinis aren't any more reliable, bro.
Well, as reliable as a V-dub can be.
No, dude. They
reliable is not their target market. Adrenaline is their target market.
Well, it's really funny.
I would take a McLaren 570. Even if I had body panels that fell off of it.
While driving,
just drive the skeleton.
I'm okay with that.
You just drive the motor with the frame.
Oh hell yeah! Well, because of the fact that McLaren figured out how can I put it? Lamborghini has a turning radius of a freaking school bus.
Yeah, they
A
do.
McLaren can actually hit the apex of a turn at high rates of speed.
Oh.
I don't know which
Like I
one's
said,
more
when they're running
thrilling,
right
taking
now.
a high-speed corner and coming out of that corner like a bat out of hell versus I have to slow down and make this right-hander like a school bus nice and
McLaren,
wide.
you're no-tilling that shit in the corner, fucking punching it and get it out.
Right?
But I mean, it's you got to pay to play, and if you want to play at that kind of level, you got to pay a lot of money.
I mean, if you can afford the car in the first place, they already figure you can afford to fix it.
That's right.
Right.
Why make it reliable like Toyota? They make more money when you have to come in for repairs.
Well,
I've got an old friend that I haven't spoke to in years that he worked at Ferrari, and if you asked for what the price of a vehicle was in the dealership, he would just walk you to the front door and go, if you have to ask,
Bye.
you can't afford it.
Yeah, people come here just to buy a car because they know what they want and they have the money already. You don't just waltz into like the Maserati dealership.
I would walk in there and be like, can I like drool on the floor in front of the bumper for a moment? Is this going to cost me anything to experience that?
You're getting the place dirty with your
Have you seen those videos where somebody comes in and they spray paint dealership cars?
Yeah, well,
they just come
they
in
want
like,
to get
hey,
a prison.
so I'm buying this car, right? Yeah. And so they just start spray painting it immediately. It's like, oh.
Well, the funny thing, if you ever get the chance to get under a Lamborghini SUV, Nem, just look at the stamps on all the suspension components and the transmission and engines and all this stuff. It's either got Audi or VW stamped all over it.
Yeah, I'm right there with Big Rome, man. If I'm gonna pick something, man, I do have my '74 Chevelle.
Oh, back when they used to actually
I'd
make
take
cars.
classics over the modern stuff any day.
If it was made after 1979, it's just a vehicle of transportation, and it's not a car.
I mean, essentially, but I really like my '92. Pre-OBD2.
I still wouldn't mind an '81 DeLorean, as much as it's
for all of its 88 miles an hour top speed.
I mean, yeah,
I'm grabbing anything.
I already told you, once I get one, I'm going to have that thing taken to Gotham Garage down the street, and I'm going to freaking say, turn this into a badass.
Drop a LS1.
Well, the first thing they're going to say is, yeah, you got to pull this motor out of here first, because that's like 99% of the problem here already.
Yeah. Those cars were sweet idea. It just poorly executed and run off.
I'm gonna take it to them and I'm gonna say, hey, look, I have this DeLorean. I want you to design it the way John DeLorean should have.
With the wheels full of cocaine.
Say less.
That's right.
Full to the brim.
When I want to pop a tire, I want the whole neighborhood to get lifted.
I suddenly feel like running. Oh!
Let's go running, guys.
All of a sudden, the
don't
cops
worry, I don't need
arrest
need a
you.
car.
The arrest is invalid because all the cops were drugged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like whenever they had small towns where they'd have a big marijuana seizure, they'd burn it in the town square, and everybody would show up and catch a buzz.
Well, hold on. Okay, here's something fun. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but you know that whole Hollywood thing, like the cops, they'll taste it and like, that's cocaine, No,
Yeah.
They don't do that, because if they ever taste it, try it, whatever, to prove themselves to like the bad guys if they're undercover, it invalidates their entire case, because now that cop was on drugs, Your Honor.
No, not anymore. They allow drugs now.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said, Gundy, if you blow a tire and it just plumes everywhere, any cop that's arresting you, it's like, Your Honor, they were on drugs. When
Do you imagine
this
like
arrest
just being a
is
normal
invalid.
town citizen, fail a drug test the next day for your government job or something, just because you showed up to a burn-in?
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know, man. We need to go back to the old school ways.
Welcome to FA Friday, guys, where we go off the rails.
Let's ditch technology. Let's go back to cars that did need computer to run.
Right? Where your engine had a power
Yep.
and a ground.
Yep.
A
A couple of signal wires, like
There
one on
you
the
go.
crank, one on the
There you
cam,
go.
and then fucking just go, man.
Like, build this DeLorean like it was a muscle car before computers.
Man, there's something. I mean, I
That's-
always
that's
like.
that's the
I
deal
always
right
like
there.
diving into old shit and like resurrecting stuff from the dead, man. That's always a cool thing to do. You know, even when it was on like my old personal hoopties or like, you know, abandoned cars. I took quite a few
Hoopty
abandoned
hoop.
cars and got the titles through
Big
them
Rome, are you
for being
serious?
abandoned. And I just daily drive those things till they blow up.
Hold on. Guys, did you
No.
read that in the chat? Big Rome just said, want to hear something funny? The cops in Philly smoke weed while on duty.
I mean, I'm sure. It's been
That's perks of the job, I guess, you know.
yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
little bit for the case,
there's
little
no
bit for
crime.
the-
There's really no
he
crime
says
laws
I'm
out
dead
there.
serious.
There's
You're right, but then
I mean,
there's
I
no
believe
laws
it.
out
cases,
there.
Your Honor, they were inebriated.
yeah.
They were inebriated.
You see, I mean,
They were
I mean,
under
look
the
at-
influence.
look at
I
who
didn't
they
know you
hi-
liked to
look
get
at who
wet.
they
It's no different
vote.
than being drunk.
Chris.
It's no
Look-
different than being drunk.
Look at who they voted
Their
for.
judgment was impaired, Your Honor.
Bro. Look at what they voted for. John Fetterman. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Dude shows up to Congress in like freaking cutoffs and a sweatshirt. I'm like, this dude is classy as fuck.
They changed the dress code for him.
I know.
And then they changed it back when Ron Paul or Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
Ron
Yeah,
Paul.
Rand Paul, which is his son, came in there wearing a red robe, looking like a Greek god.
Just a couple of chest hairs peeking out. You're like, ugh.
So they quickly changed the dress code back.
I want to see. Hold on, I missed that. I want to see that.
Hey
Just for
man,
the laughs.
you play around with stupid people, stupid shit happens, you know. Like,
Hmm,
all of this is
fuck around,
just a
find
fucking
out.
show. Like it's retarded. Like
It is.
when do we start getting to use the pew pews? Is what I want to know.
Well,
You said he was in a robe.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what-
a red robe.
unfortunately, I think that's where it might could head. It'd be an outcome or possibility for sure.
I mean, something's gonna break.
It was a
Something's gonna
bathrobe.
happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you had a tier.
Rand Paul mocks the dress code, showing up the Capitol in a bathrobe and barefoot.
Yep. Like a Greek god.
Hold on.
Need to post it for everyone to see.
Oh, I've got to share this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Ain't no
seriously-
freaking way.
Yep.
You're full of shit.
That's how he showed up
Like,
to
didn't
Congress. He's like,
shave,
oh, there's
didn't
no
do his
dress
hair.
code.
Play
Gotcha.
stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's go.
Was this Rome?
I
Dude, the
love it.
opposite side always hates
That
it.
is
Man looking like
amazing.
Caesar gonna get murdered.
The dude is a legend.
Like people really hate it when you use their own words against them. It really grinds their gears. I'm telling you, they don't like it one bit.
Jamil says that police in DC are on every corner staking up the Popeyes. You know why?
Isn't that racial, like racial
mean, but-
fucking prejudice
Popeye's
now?
good though.
No,
man,
no,
you
no.
know?
So
mean,
apparently there was actually
his last
somebody
name
who
is
actually
Brown.
had looked up the ingredients for Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and found out that they had like 40 different drugs inside the chicken
I mean,
that
not,
made you addicted to
this
it.
is
So when they
not,
ran out,
people
there was
need to
like
understand
a-
this is
like
not
a-
just
a
like a
riot.
Popeyes thing. This is not a
A
Popeyes
fight.
thing. This is fast food. all in our country. All the fast food in our country. We shouldn't be eating that shit. We should stay far the fuck.
Oh yeah,
away
have you
from
seen
all
the fast food burgers that
that
light
don't
on
burn?
fire?
They don't burn.
I've seen
That's
both.
why I'm
I've seen the-
happy I got
there-
a
there's-
local
there's
farmer.
How
some
about
that,
the
actually
how about
smell
the
like-
fries
from
that
him.
never go
Gasoline.
bad?
Yeah, like if you have to know if it's food or not, what you do is you go outside and you put it outside on the ground, if you don't come out tomorrow and it's not covered in bugs or gone, something ate it, it's because it's not real food.
Or it's got so much chemicals, everything in nature knows better.
Yeah.
It's like it could smell it. Be like,
yeah.
that might have started off as something real
if
food,
you have dogs, this
not
test
anymore.
is invalid.
Yeah, no, because dogs
Facts.
will eat anything, bro.
Right.
Our dogs eat
Dogs will
rocks.
eat you if you starve enough.
No, they pebbles.
Oh, is that
rocks.
Mr. Out freaking standing himself?
Yeah, that is tiny out freaking standing.
Oh,
Oh.
hey, it's past your
No,
bedtime, little guy.
Shoot, it's the weekend. He's wide open, man.
Oh yeah,
The little man got all A's, 1B.
Oh, snaps.
holding it
Tell
down.
him congratulations from us.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. It's time for G-Man to make a small little announcement, a little bit louder.
Hey, G, you want to come through and make a little announcement?
That is true big rum. Start growing food, fellas. This food out here is fake.
That's
Fake as fuck.
You're right.
Out freaking standing.
Yo.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and put FA in the chat for our boy G-Man.
Yeah.
And that's what we usually do. Come the weekend, it's like, all right, man, stay as late as you want.
Yeah, I mean, I try to.
Yep.
You know, my daughter will stay up in bed and read books like for hours. So I'm just like, yeah, do you? Just don't sleep with your glasses on.
That's
Right.
it.
No, little doges are the best, man. If you don't have any advice, you know, and you feel like feeling frisky, I'd say go for it.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're an old man like them, and then it's just like you're past your time.
If you're feeling
Might as well-
frisky.
If you're like them, just get more cats.
Yeah, give them cats.
Okay, that's fine.
But there's a difference between cats and little doges. The little doges will give you unconditional love when raised right.
And they
cats,
grow
they don't
up,
give a
too.
fuck about you.
They grow up.
Oh, that's not
They
true.
stop requiring your 100% attention. You know.
If I'm gone too long from one of my cats, man, it'll like, as soon as I walk in through the door, the cat runs and jumps up me and to come up to my shoulder to start cuddling, man. Don't tell me that cats don't give a crap. Whoever said that was a lie.
They do, but like they could live without you, you know.
Well, even your
totally could.
dog, even your doggo can live without you too. At that sense,
Yeah, I've seen dogs so sad when their owners leave or die, man. It's like you can tell, like they're like
cats are the same way.
I ain't never seen a cat look like that before, though.
That anybody's recorded.
I mean, there
Yo,
would be a
Jamil, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that
recording.
question for you.
All the cats.
So Gundy's printing hundos right now, so he can use them all to buy more BTC.
Yeah, man. Because you know when fiat crashes, you're not gonna be able to just buy as much BTC as you wanted because you know.
It's the representation of the money printer.
and
go,
it's faster than
brrrr. This is how quickly that the government's printing all that money. This is why you can't outsave them. You can't
The money-
outwork them.
the
You
money
can't
can never stop,
out-invest them. They will ultimately try to suck the wealth out of everything you own. That's why the only three places I believe to bring any kind of wealth into is gold, silver, and that sweet busy Bitcoin.
We can put
Not
this one
financial
here.
advice.
But I
Well, see,
heard
that's
if
also
you
one of
have
the
a-
reasons why you should learn the tax code. Learn the tax code like Donald Trump, because he said, yes, I don't pay taxes because you guys approve of the tax code that your donors
That's
use
right.
and enjoy
That's right.
fund your campaigns.
Yep.
Mm.
I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Learn the tax
Yeah.
code and you won't have to pay taxes either.
Stop hating the player and go after this game yourself. It's all a game.
John Germain, lead and brass
That's like
is
hating the rules of
survival
Monopoly.
items. Those
Yeah.
those are in a different category.
And I heard if you fly an American flag, you're automatically a white supremacist.
Oh my God.
There's a rumor on the street. Like people,
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how it happened, but how are people getting triggered by seeing American flags? I mean,
Because everybody thinks that their voice
Because
matters.
this should be uplifting, man. This should be, you should unify.
It is.
It should unify.
Well, don't you remember the
That
political
flag
party that
used
was
to
using the American
represent
flag
it.
to wipe their ass? Okay. You're like, this is my flag. No, that's toilet paper. I'm offended.
Yeah. It's you know, people just need to stop being so crazy. Like, just because the news says if you have an American flag, it makes you a white supremacist, I don't believe any of that shit.
Oh,
Who the
Jamil
hell
says
says
no. They
that?
said people who have flags have guns. If you have an American flag,
That's
people
not
don't
true.
rob those homes
It's
That's
not false.
because
not
they
false
think they're
either.
carrying.
You know, we have like 3 guns.
Well,
for
hold on.
reviewing in this,
Here's
this part of the
something else to
world,
consider.
so.
Okay, having that American flag. If that's the mentality, now they know. Hey, that's where a gun lives. I'm not going to rob it empty-handed, but I know where I can get more guns.
Mhm.
I would say
If I
that
bring my
you could
homies-
be right.
It's all
And I
fun
would
games until the bullets start whizzing. You know.
I would sit there and say,
Yeah.
whenever you're in an area where you see an American flag or a rusted out pickup truck in the
Or the
driveway,
Marine Corps flag.
or a Marine Corps flag,
It's
A
fine,
big
yeah.
you're
truck
gonna
with a
look
Marine Corps
at, you're
flag.
gonna turn around and be like, wow, all those gun-free zones look like a much easier target. You know, like the
Soft
mall.
target.
All the
It
smart
never
cities where you
happens
can't
at
hold
the
gun.
mall.
Yeah.
It never
All the smart
happens at
cities
the
where you
other
can't be packing.
a place, which is a college campus, because it's a gun-free zone again. Oh my God, the 2 hottest areas to not have a gun has the most gun violence.
Say it ain't so, Nam.
Oh my God.
You want to?
You're trying to tell me that more
reminds me.
regulations cause more
Check
violence?
out this
And they want to
statistic,
sit
okay?
there and go after AR-15s when the common thing that is used in 99% of the crime out there is a 9mm handgun. Yes, a 9mm
But see,
handgun.
they're not concerned
Why?
about crime. They're concerned about a rise up. They're concerned about a revolution. They're concerned about
Yes, they don't
people
want to have to fight against these
eliminating the
weapons.
government and starting over.
They don't.
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
why
have
they're
it,
going
'cause
after
they
the
don't wanna have to try and
AR-15,
take it from you.
Even though it has zero to do with gun crime statistics.
Well,
I mean, we
you
live in
see, you
power.
want to
Well, I
know
shouldn't
how
say
they get their
zero,
gun. You want to
but-
know how they get their gun crime statistics. You see, what do you consider a kid? At what point do you say adult? What year? How old are you if you
18.
consider adult?
Well, according to the educational system, children can determine their own need for sex correction surgeries by the time they're 4 or 5.
Oh no.
So
I'm saying, what
that's
time
adult.
do you consider them an
Maybe
adult?
California.
I mean, we're talking not
They can
Fruit
vote
Loop
at 18. They can die for their country at 18. They can drink alcohol at 21.
And they can
So
chop
here,
their
you
dicks
want
off
to
at
you
5.
what? Fun
Just
fact
heads up,
here.
guys.
Did you know that
I
between
might have to hop off here. I got
All
a
right.
very upset
What?
child. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah, do your thing,
did you
man.
know
do
that
it.
between the
Do daddy
ages
stuff.
of 18 and
Yeah.
19,
daddy life.
No.
You're all
Yeah.
FA guys.
Somebody's
I love
got
you all.
Take care.
Later,
Dylan.
Miguel.
Catch you on the flip
Later.
side.
Yeah,
See
I'll
you in the
see you
AM?
all in the
See
morning.
you in the AM.
Yes.
all
I'll
right,
see you all
see
in
you
the
in the
morning.
AMs.
And then I will see you tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. Before
if I gotta
yeah,
go deal with
real
the
quick.
baby. So, what's up?
tomorrow morning, you're just streaming, right?
That's what he's just saying.
Okay.
9 a.m.
Standing.
And then
Cool standard time.
tomorrow night is this.
See
All right,
y'all
there you
there.
go. You heard it here
Much
first.
love, miners.
Later.
Later,
See
big
you,
guy.
Gotta deal with.
Yep. Be
Have a good one.
right.
Mining in the dark.
And then there were 4.
So there
Got
we
a
were.
big square going
Full
up
screen.
there. What's going on?
So
Oh, it's
anyway,
getting
Brian,
late,
you were
bro.
saying?
Oh man, now I lost track of thought on there.
No.
We're talking
No.
about the age of adulthood.
Oh yeah. So the fun fact: between the age of 18 and 19, you have the most amount of gang-related gun crime and the highest statistics of gun deaths in inner cities. Another fun fact: did you know that 18 and 19-year-olds are added in the statistics for children?
Yeah, of course, because that's when kids get in the most trouble, and they want to add that to the little doges.
No, they're adding it. They're adding 18 and 19 in there
it probably
because
doubles
those
the number.
are they're trying to skew the numbers
Yeah.
to make it look worse because
Oh,
now
yeah.
it's children and they don't specify age. Now they just say children,
Yeah, which is mostly young
which
adults.
is a scare tactic of the anti-Second Amendment people.
Yeah.
And they have lobbied hard to get this in there the way that it is. And if you separate it, you find out that it's 18 to 19-year-olds, mostly inner city, gang-related activities.
Yep.
And I hate to stereotype anybody. It's like it's a problem that I saw even in Chicago, where I grew up at.
Yeah.
It's like I had a bunch of my black friends. They weren't even gang banging, and they ended up getting shot right at about 18, 19 years old, and gang-related crossfire.
Yeah.
Stray
Wrong
bullets.
place, wrong time happens a lot.
Stray
Happens
bullets.
a lot. It's a sad state of affairs, and
Oh yeah.
we in for a huge overhaul in this country, and I'm ready, man. Let's do it. Let's flip that switch. I'm ready.
And they have gotten rid of the Newsom gun ban, which that's awesome.
Yay!
I mean, you know what's funny? Like under the Second Amendment, you're not even supposed to put any regulations on any of this crap, but we keep going along with it. And we keep being complacent in it. How many?
You see the way that they are looking at it. It depends on the definition of the word regulate. It is if you look at what the Second Amendment is, it's a well-regulated militia, regulated. Now, back in the day of the writing of the Constitution, a regulated militia was regulated by the regular, and it basically just meant that they had the armament. They were well armed. Now they're going well regulated. It's funny that they put that word there. It means that we get to regulate, and we now get to say what guns they can have, where they can have these guns, when they can do this, and if we want to permit them to even come out of their house with one.
Listen, if I got $2 billion, I want a freaking F-18 just like everybody else.
And then they conveniently leave out the historical aspect of it, going, well, the Navy never had ships to begin with.
Yeah.
It was all private companies that owned these vessels.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The Navy was basically funded by the corporation. I mean, they weren't corporations. I mean, they were the big business owners of their day,
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing in and people forget, fun fact, that, the military does not make nuclear bombs.
No, scientists do.
And scientists that make bombs with plutonium work in the private sector. They have government contracts. Lockheed Martin is not part of the government. They just have an exclusive contract with the government.
Well, another funny story is Federal Reserve is not part of the U.S. government either.
No. It's funded by the most wealthiest people in the world.
A lot of people don't know that.
And central banking
been owned by a private entity forever.
Well, central banking is a cornerstone of having communism.
Yeah.
You have to have a centrally planned economy for communism.
Yeah. And here's this centralization thing again. Like Bitcoin is better decentralized, Money's better decentralized. Like there's just too much veil for corruption and control with centralized anything. Like OpenStack, baby. I love OpenStack. Show me what you're working with. Oh man, it's getting there, bro. What is it? 7? It's 11.
It's time for a late night announcement.
I think it's time for an announcement before we get up out of here.
Get the hell out.
I paid no attention to the time. Did it be?
I know. We were having such a
is a
good
construct
time hanging out.
I booked like 15 hours today almost. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even take a lunch or nothing, man. I just worked, and every time I I pulled the car out. They handed me another ticket. They're like, "Hey, do this one." I'm like,
Bam, bam,
"Okay."
bam. Oh, because they're afraid you're gonna go now, so they're gonna be like, lace this guy's pockets up. You know, we gotta keep this guy around.
Now
Sadie and Jamil
now
know
they
what's up.
feed
It's
me.
FA time. I don't see any FAs in
That's
the
right.
chat other than those two.
Oh,
I be
Yes.
getting fed over there now like a fat cat now. I've been getting like big jobs, man. I just got done doing a dump truck brake system on an F-350 dump truck.
you gotta break
I
out.
mean, if I said that, the wife might get
you
mad.
gotta break out the 3/4 inch
Calling
tools.
our dump truck.
No, my Ingersoll Rand titanium edition
Oh yeah, you gotta have that
15-year-old
1,000
half-inch
foot reverse
impact
torque,
did the
man.
job.
That 1,000 foot-pound reverse torque is nice.
Right?
Yo, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I see a lot of FAs and I see some helicopters in there. To all you sexy motherfuckers, DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Hell
Yo.
yeah. Out freaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Oh my gosh, don't forget our
God says.
Patreon live stream is going to be on Sunday, the 29th.
Next Sunday.
Not next Sunday, Sunday after.
WBEA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ChatGPT is not something I've been advocating people to not be using that thing. That it's
Yeah.
like pure freaking evil.
Yeah,
All that
yeah.
AI development for public use, period, even for corporate use, is a dangerous fucking tool.
Danger. If you didn't write the code, you're playing with fire.
Doesn't even matter if you didn't write the code or not. It's the whole
Well, if you know
thing
the
that
code,
the
you know,
AI.
like, capable
I mean,
of.
I'm sorry, but Hollywood has been bringing movies about this. You know, Terminator, Skynet. You know, just saying, dude, man. They've been warning about AI
Come with me if
takeover.
you want to live.
and people like, oh yeah, we got AI for everybody. Oh dear
Yeah,
Lord,
no.
it starts
Yeah.
now.
The singularity.
When into, you know, it's like they've already made AI that says that that humans need to be exterminated, and this is like, you know, 24 hours of them being on.
You know, when they start developing their own kind of language and talking with themselves instead of us, and us not being able to know what language they're using,
Oh yeah, they've already got
kind
that.
of freaks people out.
Yeah, they've already got that.
Kind of freaks people out. But
And
this is
you
there.
want
and
to
that is
know
there.
how World
So-
War III starts? It's when the AI takes over and says, launch.
The AI did take over. You
Well,
seen
no,
Biden
you see,
walking
World
around
War
lately?
III is about to happen. I mean,
He's like,
we're going to war in the Middle East. We're at war in Ukraine.
"Chickadee China too."
And
Yeah,
we're just
Taiwan.
waiting for China to launch against Taiwan.
Taiwan.
That's
Yeah,
three
they'll pop
different
right in.
countries that we're at war with.
Oh yeah.
They just call that a major war. Even World War II and World War One, it wasn't until a couple of years later that they call it World War.
Yeah. We
It
could be
wasn't a
anything
right
about
away
it.
thing.
They're
It
just not
turned out to
calling
be a
it right away.
conflict.
It was
and then it was
the
just a
Great
major war. And then it was the Great War.
Technology and people, you know, using our brain power against us. You know, that's silent weapons for, you know, silent wars.
Right?
We, you know, it's
You know, all we
crazy.
need is a trifecta. You know, 3 different countries all at once.
Yeah, that plus the Brexit nations coming out and refusing you know, USD altogether. That would do it too. Or maybe they're just saving it all. They're just going to do it to us all in one day.
Oh no,
Say
Jamal.
goodbye to your money,
I
say
wouldn't.
goodbye to your house. Say
I
goodbye
wouldn't
to-
sit there
you
and
know,
say
goodbye
China
to
and
everything.
Russia started the Israeli war. We were funding them, so the United States funded them with $6 billion. So we're watching what $6 billion of U.S. money does. And then
The Iron Dome.
And then
man.
if you really think
We're
about
gonna
it, all of the
infiltrate that.
Middle East, there has
Air
been no
defense,
peace in the
that's it.
Middle East
just
since
air
I
defense.
know. It's been
Yeah.
thousands of years since there's been, at any point in time, all the countries in the Middle East not warring with each other.
Yeah, if they're not wearing
You're talking about holy ground with very deep rooted ideologies out there.
Very, yes, on all
So
sides.
I won't sit there and say that any of it's really political. A lot of it, some of it's political, and then some of it's religious.
Yeah,
Well, it's either one or the other. It's political, religious.
I would say a blend of both.
all of the above, you know. But I just don't like picking sides or talking about that kind of stuff. I'm not over there. I know I'm not one or the other. I don't have any kind of say or anything. You know, we just shouldn't be at war with anybody.
Jamal, you got to think of it this way. It's kind of funny that the weapons that are showing up seem to be the same weapons that got sent to the Ukraine.
Afghanistan. Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there like that.
Yeah,
coincidence or not?
Has anybody else seen Hamas and Hezbollah carrying M4s?
Yeah.
Usually it's the AK-47 that they're carrying. Why are they
the
carrying
US ones.
M4s?
Right?
They're left behind. Yeah. Great. Well, we live in clown world, guys. So I hope everyone makes it. You know, and on that note.
Speaking of clown world, I saw something interesting the other day. You know the photo that they took of Earth from the moon, and Earth is on the horizon. They showed a map of where they supposedly landed on the moon, and it was on, like, we always see the same side of the moon, and they pinpointed these areas. So based on any of those areas, if they took a photo of the horizon, the Earth would have actually been up,
yeah,
not in the distance on the horizon.
I mean, it goes back to, like, you know, you start looking at when they were testing atom bombs. It's like,
yeah.
So how did the cameras still say there while all the buildings were getting blown over?
Yeah, this building just
Imagine that.
vaporized. How's the camera even still standing?
Yep.
Jamal's like, where'd they get those paragliders? They must have an Amazon and a Harbor Freight out there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Amazon delivers.
They put the cameras behind 25 feet of lead wall.
Yeah.
Reinforced with concrete.
Facts.
That's how it
Right?
that's how it worked.
It's not a model setup.
No.
They wouldn't do that or fake
Never,
the space
never.
landing.
They didn't fake the space landing so the Russians would stop trying to race us to the moon.
Well, Obama didn't reverse the propaganda on U.S. Peoples until what, 2014. So ever since then.
Yeah, I think 2013 or 2014. Yeah, he made it legal for the media to propagandize the people.
A lot of people don't know that. Get a little tidbit of knowledge. That's actually look upable on the Googles. You can see that. What was it? The Smith-Mundt Act, I think.
You know what else is look upable?
I know.
NASA supposedly destroyed the technology to go past the Van Allen belt, which is why, if you look at current projects, they have to rediscover how to get past the Van Allen belt again to go back to the moon.
Tell me why I keep seeing clips.
Tell me why.
Buzz Aldrin, like, fumbling over his words saying we never went to the moon.
He's not fumbling anymore. He's at the age where he don't give a shit.
Yeah. Like, what are they gonna do to me now? Yeah, come cover me.
But
bro.
he's also like, if you see Buzz talking to a little child, he doesn't want to shatter their dreams.
I know.
So he has to lay it out gently
Can you
that we
imagine
actually
if
never
it's
went to
false,
the
like,
moon
having to live with that lie
without
Like, come
saying
on now.
we didn't go to the moon.
That is a heavy fucking burden to bear.
It do be facts.
Yeah, that's the kind of burden that drive you insane over the course of your life period. But yeah,
At this point, I'm surprised Buzz wasn't freaking accidented many years
come
ago.
on, man. Like, maybe they just
Think about it. How else do they keep anything secret? A secret can only kept, between two people can only be kept by one.
If you
And that's
talk
if
to
the other one is
if you talk to
gotten rid of.
Pfizer, they say they'll give you the info. They just want to wait 75 years to give it to you.
You know,
Yeah,
'cause
we'll release
now
all
there's
of it.
Anyway, it is-
Reminders.
We've
Yeah,
been
we're
on
gonna
for
have to go.
84 minutes. We were trying to sign off earlier, but we kept on going on
I
the rail.
mean, see what had happened
What's
was
happening tomorrow
The
night?
world is a crazy
Brian?
place, Chris. The world
Well,
is
we got Crypto Mikkel at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then after that, I believe we have our man Serpent, Rapid Mining, Red Panda. At some point, I'm planning on going live on Crypto and Hot Rods.
Stay tuned, baby.
Or yeah, it works out. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to after work. Depends on how beat up I get from work.
listen.
That's always the
When
big
he gets-
deciding factor of how grueling was my day.
Hey, wifey, when he gets home, you tell him he ain't got no say in the matter. He's going.
And then mining after dark.
And then mining after dark, of
Ooh.
course. Ugh.
Mining
Yo.
dark. Mining after dark. We should sing a jingle for you guys.
do 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 do.
Today's been
Mining
fun.
after
It's been fun.
dark.
Oh.
What?
What else
Solar
before we
Man.
sign up out of here?
What are you doing, Solar Man?
Hey, hang on. I was.
What is that like? Whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah.
What's this Arsenio Hall?
Whoa. It's like a subwoofer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that, Nos?
So I got a little something for those of you that are interested. Hit me up in the Discord. But we got a brand new program with my solar company where we'll pay up to $10,000 for 10 successful installations from your
What?
referrals. So if you guys have contacts or anything, like I have free landing pages for you guys to share your affiliate links with our program. So if
Shoot.
I happen to make a sale, you get a commission. So if you're
Cha-ching.
interested in something like that, you
That's
want
not-
the chance to potentially earn up to 10 grand with 10 successful solar referrals, that install, guys, hit me up in Discord.
That's a lot of change, my friend.
That
You could buy a third of a Bitcoin with
You
that.
ain't gonna have that into couch cushions, I tell you what.
If you rinse and repeat, you could probably buy a full Bitcoin with enough of them.
Sure,
I
I was
mean,
like,
yeah.
if you need a business loan, hit me up.
I'll do a little side business. You know what I mean?
Jamil Brown
It's
doesn't
like,
know
Jamel,
it, but,
you want to do something?
we-
Man, I'd love to set up a
Speaking of
Bitcoin mining
businesses-
facility. hit me
Yeah,
up
we had a
if you're
Bitcoin mining
serious.
facility,
Yeah.
and we still have
Billions.
DCA Adventure merch in our Discord in our description for DogeLord.com, and I think DogeLord Coffee as well, which we need to remove since
Yeah.
both of them are no longer
You shouldn't
around.
be. The worst thing is
Yeah.
is finding a link that you will really want and like having it end up to nowhere.
I know. I created DogeLord.com for merch and stuff and whatnot, and then the community asked me for coffee, so I built DogeLord Coffee, and both of them are no longer around because, you know,
Hey man,
life is what it is.
At least you try.
But
you got to keep out there and keep grinding.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Sometimes shit
doesn't
don't work
pan out, then you pivot.
Yeah. Sometimes shit don't work out. The best thing to do though is make sure you keep trying.
Yep. Just
You know,
don't
just
quit.
send
Don't
it-
Well,
quit
see, that's one of the
grinding.
reasons why I said, hey, you guys know that I'm doing solar. All right.
I mean, you got to.
And we have a brand new program, and you guys get free landing pages that you can share wherever you want. All right, a whole bunch of different stuff. So just hit me up. I'll give you a link where you can register to get your free landing pages, and you can just share your affiliate links wherever you want. And then, if that leads to a successful installation, you get a commission off of it for the referral.
Outstanding.
And that's high commissions. It's not like, oh, you get $2 for sending a referral for somebody that
thanks.
bought coffee. No, this is like a grand. Okay. All right. 10 successful referrals.
That's right, Jamel. Hoorah.
lead to installation. Installation has to happen, my friend.
So that's the key. Installations do have to happen. So Semper Fi.
Do or die. Gung ho, gung ho. Anyways,
Anyway,
you guys are all
that was it. That was
today
it.
effing awesome.
You guys are all fucking awesome.
Freaking standing.
And with that being said, let me see if anybody else is streaming to do like a redirect.
Oh, we're getting tired yet.
Ooh, we're gonna do a DCA raid if somebody's streaming right now.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's see
Let's
if
get 'em.
anybody else. Nope, nobody else is up.
Super
We
Chump.
outlasted
Not
them
like
all.
USA back in the
On
day.
late.
Up.
He goes on
the
late
whole night.
sometimes on Fridays. Chumpalingus.
So yeah, link to the
Jump.
Discord is in the description down below. If you want to support us on Patreon to join us on our last Sunday of the month, definitely join the Patreon, and you can be a part of that.
Fuck yeah. I love me some Patreon streams.
And on that
Daddy.
note, Ryan, you want to sign us out?
Hell yeah. So, with that being said, all you awesome people out there, peace out, stay savage, and of course, we'll see you on the next one. Yo.
And don't forget
Peace
to
out,
play a
guys.
game.
Ow, freaking standing.
Later.
Holla, holla.